What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now!
Who are we trying to protect?
Trans kids!
When are we trying to protect them?
Now!
Who are we trying to protect?
Trans kids!
I need to hear you. Who are we trying to protect?
Trans kids!
When are we trying to protect them?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
What do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
What do we want it?
Now!
Who are we trying to protect?
Trans kids! We want democracy! What's that? We want democracy! Kids want democracy! What's that? Now!
Now, I know y'all can be louder so that Glenn Youngkin can hear it in his multi-billion-dollar boardroom. So who are we trying to protect?
Trans kids!
When are we trying to protect them?
Now!
Who are we trying to protect?
Trans kids!
When are we trying to protect them?
Now!
Transphobia's got to go! Hey, hey!
Ho ho! Transphobia's got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Transphobia's got to go!
Hey, hey!
Ho ho! Transphobia has got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Transphobia's got to go!
Hey, hey!
Ho ho! Transphobia's got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Transphobia's got to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Transphobia's got to go!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now! What do we want? Trans rights! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Trans rights! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Trans rights! When do we want it? Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now!
All right, the next one needs to be heard by Glenn Youngkin himself. I'm gonna say it, and y'all gonna say it louder than you have yet.
We'll stop here.
Oh, we're stopping for a second, and then we're going. Actually, no, we're gonna say it one more time. What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now!
I know he heard that one.
Rodrigo says, let Glenn Youngkin hear us. That right there is the broadcast tower of the moneyed, funded non-media that claim to be media that features Glenn Youngkin himself on almost a weekly basis, on which he has spoken about this policy. So if you want Glenn Youngkin to hear you, shout it there. Say it, Rodrigo.
You gotta say it. I can't say it.
I didn't hear it. Say it again. Whatever you said loud.
All right. As Robert said, we're going to say this one very, very loud because Glenn Youngkin's going to hear this. So what do we want?
Trans rights!
No. That was a little bit with your library voices. I need you to use your chanting voices. One more time, very, very loudly. What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now!
Make no peace.
With oppression!
Make no peace.
With oppression!
Make no peace.
With oppression!
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace! What do we want? Trans rights! When do we want it? Now!
Shout out for our young leader over here.
I figured that
Any
years
other
from
young
now
leaders
they
want
can
to
take
take
our
over?
business.
Alright, I'm gonna get vulgar here. When I say fuck, you say Youngkin! Fuck! Youngkin! Fuck! Youngkin! Fuck! Youngkin! Fuck! Youngkin! Protect!
Not object! Protect! Not object! Protect! Not object!
Protect!
Not object! Protect! Not object!
Protect! Not object!
Protect!
Not object!
Thank you, Willow. Can you guys hear me okay? See, this is the benefit of being third. I get to watch everybody else use the equipment, and now I look like I'm an expert with this. So listen, thank you all for being out here. First off, thank you to Carl and Laura Jane and Dr. Reed and FCPS for doing the right thing by our trans and non-binary kids. Can we give them a big thank you right now? They are teaching the rest of the Commonwealth a lesson on how to handle a bully, right? Because that is what Glenn Youngkin and his administration are. They're an administration full of bullies who want to take out their frustration, their anger, and distract us from their own failings by picking on our trans and non-binary students. The only way to stand up to them is say, no, we're not going to do it. Go away. Leave us alone, right? We're going to do it the right way here in Fairfax County. I don't know how many of y'all were here at the last rally where I spoke, and I said, you know, we had these model policies, and tens of thousands of Virginians, parents and concerned citizens and residents here left comments that really tied up the Department of Ed on what to do with these new policies. And they held them and held them and held them. And I started to speculate. I didn't want to say exactly what I stopped myself, if anybody remembers, from speculating why they were holding back on these policies. And we found out the reason, right? So JLARC, the Joint Legislative and Audit Review Commission in Richmond says, hey, guess what? Here's a scathing report that says, Richmond, you Republicans who've controlled the General Assembly for 20 years have been chronically underfunding public education to the tune of billions and billions of dollars, right? And that's about to make headlines about education. So what does the governor do? He releases these policies that pick on transgender and non-binary students to try and distract us from the real issues of public education in Virginia. And we're not going to let him get away with it, are we? No! So, as Willow was saying, these policies, we put a little safety valve in there, right? We said, because we knew, for instance, and again, thanks to Carl and Laura Jane, Fairfax County, before my bill passed, Fairfax County was already leading the way on having inclusive policies that were respectful of transgender and inclusive of transgender and non-binary students, and put a priority on making sure that every student in Fairfax County could come and feel safe and welcome and thrive and learn and be their authentic selves. And Fairfax has been doing that forever, so thank you for that. Keep it up. And so as we develop these model guidelines, we said, well, we need to, there may be jurisdictions like Fairfax that want to do an even better job, right? They want to go even further, be more inclusive, more respectful, and go beyond what the minimum standards are. And so we need to make sure that our legislation provides for that opportunity for school districts to have policies that are consistent with, but may go even further than the model policies. And so that's exactly what Fairfax County is going to continue to do here, and that's what we need to encourage jurisdictions all over the Commonwealth to do. We need to tell them to stand up to Governor Youngkin, stand up to his bullying, stand up for our transgender and non-binary kids. Let's make sure that all of our schools in Virginia are a place where every student can be themselves, can learn in a safe, secure, and loving environment. To all of you here in the audience who are transgender, who are non-binary, who are living in fear of what these policies might mean, I and Carl and Laura Jane and your Democrats in the General Assembly, I'll just say it, we have your back. We have your back. We care about you. We see you. We love you. We want the best for you, and we will not stop working until we're able to make sure that you have the best education possible, no matter where you live, anywhere in Virginia. So thank you guys very much for being here.
Hi everybody, my name is Amber Beakler. I am the clerk of the board of the Transgender Education Association of the Greater Washington Area, aka TGEA. And while I'm not here in the capacity of the commission, I am also the first openly transgender woman member, commissioner on the Fairfax County Commission for Women as well. And I am so happy to be here with you all tonight. Real quick, I just want to, it's been said before, but thank Superintendent Reed, as well as also Carl and Laura Jane and all of our school board members who have reaffirmed their support for the LGBTQ plus community, and especially our transgender and non-binary and gender non-conforming youth. Now, I had some ideas of what I was going to say, prior to the statement this morning. So, but I'm gonna be talking about the policy itself, which I understand will probably frustrate and upset some people. But I feel like it is important to know what is in this policy that is absolutely so heinous. It is a the governor's policy. The one that is not setting foot here in Fairfax County Public Schools. Something I haven't heard other people talking about is just how even just the language, even how they define words is offensive and egregious and violent. Under the definition of a transgender student, it says a transgender student is one whose parent has submitted paperwork saying that their child is trans, or if they are an exception student. What's an exception student? One who is 18 years or older. So it's saying that literally in the policy, transgender youth, unless their parents say they are trans, do not exist. Completely erasing trans students who do not have supportive parents or are not out to them. I cannot tell you how harmful and how damaging it is to be isolated, to feel that if you talk to a teacher, a guidance counselor, anyone, if it is overheard by the school division, they are required to out you to your parents or guardians. A few months ago, I spoke with somebody who said that they care about parental rights. I asked them, well, what do you mean by that? And said, well, I don't think they should lie. They should lie to these students. And, well, you acknowledge that a student who is outed to their parents can be open to harm. Yes. And they agreed and they said yes, but still they believe that it should be the law that students are exposed to this type of harm. This is a type of rhetoric, this is a type of policies that they want to be passing here. But that will not be happening here in Fairfax County Public Schools. And while we have had a humongous victory here in Fairfax County Public Schools, there are still many other counties, other school districts, unfortunately also learning that Spotsylvania County School Board this morning voted to adopt the Youngkin policy. If you have family and friends, connections in other counties, please, you need to be speaking to them about what is on the line. This November, school board members are up for re-election. Do you know who your school board candidates are? Yeah. Do you know that you have a district in Fairfax County, 3 at-large positions that you will all be able to vote for? Yes. Do you know what their opinion is of this policy? Do you know where they stand? Are they pro Glenn Youngkin's policy, or are they pro Fairfax County Public Schools policy? You should be asking all of your school board candidates, where do you stand on this? Do you support trans students or do you not? Do you wish to expose trans students to harm or do you not? And lastly, I also, and this is a reminder for myself, that it is so often that we have victories like this, that we have this kind of joy and this victory, and we don't allow ourselves to feel it. We don't allow ourselves to celebrate and feel that kind of joy. Allow yourselves to feel that joy tonight. Thank you very much, everybody.
We have the support of our teachers in this effort, and I want to hear from them.
Hello, good evening. My name is Emily Vanderhoff. I am a first grade teacher in Fairfax County Public Schools. And I am the treasurer of my union, Fairfax County Federation of Teachers, FCFT, one of the 2 teachers unions in our district. And I'm here to speak on behalf of my union to say that our union firmly stands behind this community. We stand behind our trans and non-binary students and the trans and non-binary family members that support our students, and all the trans and non-binary people in our community that are affected by these policies. And I had a lot of different things that I was, starting to prepare to say before this morning, so a little off the cuff right now, but our unit is very grateful to see this response from Dr. Reed. We are glad to see that our school district is one that's going to stand up when our students are facing abuse at the state level. And, school is starting up in less than a week. I know I've heard from these families who the parents and their children have been scared to see what school is going to look like for their child when they walk in the door on Monday. And I know that teachers and other school staff need to know, they want to affirm these students, and they need to know that their district has their back. We need to know, we need to hear it and see it clearly, that our district has our back when we affirm trans and non-binary students. We need to see it in statements, we need to see it in actions. It needs to be repeated. It needs to become the culture of this district that this is what we do. We stand up for our children. We're very grateful to lead these actions today. Glad to be here in celebration. And we are going to continue to show up and hold this district accountable, that every attack on this community will be faced with this group of people showing up. And we are not going to back down. We are going to stand up for our kids. So thank you for the opportunity to speak, and thank you all for being here.